Hello, and welcome to Ladies and Gentlemen. Here's your expanded segment for Key Point 1. Eid is more than just a celebration. It's a powerful moment of reflection, gratitude, and renewal. After a month of fasting, after days of devotion and sacrifice, we gather not just to mark the end of Ramadan or the completion of Hajj, but to recognize a deeper truth. Faith binds us together in ways we often forget in the rush of daily life. It's easy to get caught up in the motions, but when Eid arrives, it reminds us that everything we do, every fast we kept, every prayer we whispered, every hardship we endured, was for a purpose greater than ourselves. It's not just about the new clothes, the feasts, or even the greetings exchanged. Those things are beautiful, but they're the surface of something much deeper. Eid is about standing shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters, knowing that the struggles we faced were not in vain. It's about feeling the power of unity when we gather for prayer, when we raise our hands together in supplication, when we embrace one another with sincerity. In that moment, we are reminded that no one walks this path alone. There's something profound about the way Eid comes after a period of sacrifice. It teaches us that patience is always followed by reward, that hardship is always followed by ease. That's the rhythm of life. We struggle, we persevere, and in the end, we find joy, not just in what we receive, but in what we become. Fasting wasn't just about abstaining from food and drink. It was about self-control, discipline, and learning to conquer the desires that so often control us. It was about remembering those who go without, about training our hearts to be more compassionate, more aware of the struggles of others. And now, as Eid arrives, it's time to carry that understanding forward. But here's the thing, Eid isn't the finish line. It's the beginning of something greater. If Ramadan was about refining our souls, Eid is about taking what we've learned and living it. It's about stepping into the world with renewed faith, with a heart that seeks to uplift, to forgive, to bring people together. It's about carrying the beauty of brotherhood beyond the walls of the masjid, beyond the gatherings of friends and family, and into the way we treat one another every single day. So as we stand here today, dressed in our best, smiling and embracing, let's not forget what truly makes this day beautiful. It's not in the food or the gifts, but in the unity we feel, in the kindness we show, in the faith that continues to connect us long after the celebrations end. Because that, right there, is what makes Eid more than just a festival. That's what makes it a reminder of who we are and who we are meant to be. Eid is a moment where differences fade, where backgrounds, cultures, and languages blend into something far more powerful, unity. When you step into the masjid on Eid morning, when you see people from all walks of life standing side by side in prayer, you realize something profound. No matter where we come from, no matter what language we speak, what country we call home, or what struggles we've faced, we are one. It's a humbling thought, a reminder that in the eyes of Allah, no one is greater than the other except through righteousness. The man in an expensive suit and the brother in simple clothes bow the same way. The child full of excitement and the elder with years of wisdom both raise their hands in supplication. The hands that give and the hands that receive are both connected in the same bond of faith. And that's the beauty of Islam. It erases the lines that the world tries so hard to draw between us. Look at the way it brings people together. Families reconnect, friends gather, communities open their doors. Strangers become brothers, differences become strengths. In a time when division seems to be the way of the world, when people are judged by their status, their race, their nationality, Eid reminds us that none of that matters. What matters is the heart. What matters is the soul. What matters is that we are all part of something greater than ourselves. You see, the world will always find ways to separate us. Will try to tell us that we are different, that we don't belong to one another. But Islam teaches the opposite. It teaches us that no matter the color of our skin, no matter the language on our tongues, we are connected in ways deeper than we can see. And Eid is proof of that. Just think about it. Right now, all across the world, from the busy streets of New York to the quiet villages of Indonesia, from the deserts of Africa to the mountains of Pakistan, millions are celebrating the same joy, sharing the same prayers, feeling the same love. How powerful is that? So when we shake hands today, when we embrace our brothers and sisters, let it not just be a formality. Let it be a promise that we will carry this unity beyond today, that we will see each other as one, not just in moments of celebration, but in moments of struggle, in moments of hardship, in moments of hardship. That we will not let the world divide what faith has brought together. Because if there's one thing Eid teaches us, it's that unity isn't just a word, it's a way of life. And if we can hold on to that, if we can truly live that, then the beauty of Islamic brotherhood will never be something we just speak about. It will be something we experience. Every single day is a time of celebration. Yes, but it's also a time of giving. A time of looking beyond ourselves and recognizing that true joy is found not just in what we receive, but in what we share. Islam teaches us that wealth, blessings, and even the food on our table are not ours alone. They are a trust, a responsibility. And on Eid, that lesson comes to life in the most beautiful way. Before the morning prayer, before we even step out to greet one another, we are reminded of our duty to those who have less. Zakat al-Fitr is not just a tradition, it's a statement. A declaration that no one in our community should go hungry on a day meant for joy. It ensures that even the most vulnerable among us can celebrate, that no child is left watching from the sidelines, that no family has to struggle while others feast. It is a reminder that our happiness is incomplete if it is not shared. And then there is Eid al-Adha, a day that takes sacrifice to a whole new level. The act of Qurbani is not just about slaughtering an animal. It is about understanding the essence of giving. When we give a portion of that meat to the needy, when we ensure that even those who rarely taste a proper meal get to enjoy a feast, we are living the spirit of Islam. It is not about the size of the sacrifice, but about the sincerity behind it. It is about remembering that wealth is temporary, that what we have today could be gone tomorrow, and that true success lies in how we use what we have been given. Think about it. Every single time we give, we are strengthening the bonds of our community. We are lifting someone up, easing someone's burden, putting a smile on someone's face. And that is what brotherhood is all about. It is not just about standing together in prayer. It is about standing together in life. It is about knowing that if my brother is struggling, I will not turn away. If my sister is in need, I will not ignore her. That is the kind of connection Islam calls us to have. Eid is a powerful reminder that giving should not be limited to a single day. If we can feed the hungry on Eid, why not every day? If we can look after those in need now, why not always? The beauty of Islamic brotherhood is not just in moments of joy, but in the way we care for each other beyond them. It is in the way we carry this spirit of generosity forward, making it a part of who we are, not just a part of what we do on special occasions. Because in the end, what we give is never lost. It comes back to us in ways we may never see, in blessings we may never count, in prayers we may never hear. And that is the true reward, the kind that lasts far beyond Eid as a way of bringing people together in ways that words can't always describe. It's more than just a celebration. It's a reminder of the bonds that hold us together. Families gather, friends reconnect, and even those who may have drifted apart find their way back to one another. It's a day that reminds us of the importance of relationships, of the people who stand by us, of the ties that should never be broken. Life moves fast, and we get caught up in our responsibilities and our struggles in the daily grind. And sometimes, without realizing it, we lose touch with the ones who matter most. But then Eid arrives, and suddenly, it's not about work, deadlines, or stress. It's about being present. It's about sitting with family, sharing meals, laughing over stories that have been told 100 times but somehow never get old. It's about children running around in excitement, elders offering their wisdom, and hearts reconnecting in a way that only this day can make possible. And it's not just about those closest to us. Eid is a time when we extend our hands beyond our own homes, when we knock on a neighbor's door, when we reach out to the person we haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe there's an old friend we had a disagreement with. Maybe there's a family member we haven't seen in too long. Eid gives us the perfect reason to let go of pride, to mend what was broken, to remind each other that no matter what happened in the past, we are still connected. Forgiveness is one of the most beautiful gifts we can give on this day. Because at the end of the day, what are we really holding on to? A grudge? A misunderstanding? A moment of anger that in the grand scheme of life means nothing? When we hold on to bitterness, we only weigh ourselves down. But when we choose to forgive, when we choose to embrace each other despite our differences, we free ourselves. And that's what Eid is about. Freedom. The freedom to love, to reconnect, to strengthen the ties that should never have been weakened in the first place. Look around today. Look at the smiles, the embraces, the warmth that fills the air. This is what life is meant to be. This is what true brotherhood and sisterhood feel like. And the real challenge isn't just experiencing it today, it's carrying it forward. It's remembering that the same love we feel today can exist every day if we choose to nurture it. If we choose to call instead of waiting for someone else to reach out, if we choose to forgive instead of holding on to the past, if we choose to show up for one another, not just in moments of joy, but in moments of hardship. Because at the end of the day, these relationships, these connections, they are our true wealth. They are what make life meaningful. And Eid is just the reminder we needed to never take them for granted. Eid is a celebration that stretches far beyond the walls of our homes, beyond our neighborhoods, beyond our cities. It is a moment that unites an entire ummah, a global family of believers, all rejoicing in the same spirit, all turning their hearts toward the same purpose. No matter where you go in the world, no matter what language is spoken, what culture is followed, or what background someone comes from, the essence of Eid remains the same. It is a testament to the beauty of Islamic brotherhood, a reminder that we are connected in ways deeper than we sometimes realize. Right now, as we stand here celebrating, millions of others are doing the same. From the bustling streets of Jakarta to the quiet villages of West Africa, from the deserts of the Middle East to the towering skyscrapers of New York, voices are rising in unison, proclaiming Allahu Akbar. Families are gathering, prayers are being made, meals are being shared. This isn't just an individual experience. It's something that links us all, no matter where we are. And that's powerful, because in a world that constantly tries to divide us, Eid reminds us that our faith brings us together. It reminds us that beyond the flags, beyond the borders, beyond the differences that some may try to highlight, we are one. The pain of a brother on the other side of the world should be our pain. The joy of a sister in another country should be our joy. That is what it means to be part of an ummah, to be part of something greater than ourselves. But it's not just about recognizing this unity, it's about living it. It's about understanding that if we truly believe in the bonds of Islamic brotherhood, then we cannot turn a blind eye to the struggles of others. We cannot celebrate while forgetting those who are suffering. There are people right now who may not have a feast in front of them, who may not have the security of a home, who may be facing hardships beyond what we can imagine. And yet, they still celebrate, they still turn to Allah, they still hold on to faith. That should humble us. That should remind us of our responsibility to care, to support, to lift one another up, no matter where we are in the world. Eid is proof that unity is not just an idea, it is a reality. It is something we can feel, something we can see, something we are blessed to be a part of. But that unity is only as strong as we make it. If we want to hold on to it, we have to nurture it. We have to carry this sense of brotherhood beyond today, beyond the celebrations, beyond the smiles and embraces. We have to let it shape the way we see each other, the way we treat each other, the way we stand up for one another. Because when we truly understand that, when we truly embrace the power of this global family, we don't just celebrate Eid, we live it. Tremas, Eid is a beautiful day, a day of joy, unity, and gratitude. But the real question is, what happens after today? What happens when the excitement fades, when the gatherings end, when life returns to its usual rhythm? Because the truth is, the spirit of Eid isn't meant to be left behind. It's not something we celebrate once and then forget until next year. It's a reminder of how we should be living every single day. Think about what makes this day special. It's not just the prayers, the feasts, or the new clothes. It's the kindness in our hearts, the generosity in our actions, the love we show to one another. It's the way we forgive, the way we reconnect, the way we put aside our differences for the sake of something greater. That feeling, that sense of unity, of compassion, of faith, it's too valuable to let it fade away. If we can greet each other with warmth today, why not every day? If we can think about the less fortunate today, why not always? If we can make time for family and friends now, why not throughout the year? It's easy to get caught up in the routine of life. Responsibilities, work, struggles, they can make us forget the beauty of these moments. But faith isn't just about the big occasions, it's about consistency. It's about carrying the lessons we learn in these moments and applying them in our daily lives. The same patience we practiced in Ramadan, the same generosity we showed in giving, the same love we expressed on Eid. These things should not be temporary. They should be part of who we are. No. And this isn't just about personal growth. It's about the strength of our community. Imagine if we lived with the same spirit of brotherhood all year round. Imagine if we treated every day like Eid, with kindness, with generosity, with a heart open to others. Our homes would be happier. Our relationships would be stronger. Our communities would thrive. Because at the end of the day, the real test of our faith isn't in how we celebrate, but in how we live. There's no guarantee that we'll see the next Eid. No guarantee that we'll get another chance to embrace the people around us, to make amends, to give, to love, to uplift. But we have today, we have this moment. And that's enough to make a choice, to carry the spirit of Eid forward, to let it shape the way we walk through life, to make sure that the beauty we feel at sunset with the sun. Because when we do that, when we hold on to this spirit, when we live it, not just once a year, but every single day, then Eid is never truly over. It becomes a part of us. And that, more than anything else, is what makes it truly meaningful. Eid is more than a celebration. It is a reflection of everything Islam teaches us: faith, unity, generosity, love, and brotherhood. It reminds us that no matter where we come from, no matter our differences, we are one ummah, connected by something far greater than ourselves. It teaches us that true joy is found not just in receiving, but in giving, not just in celebrating, but in coming together as a community. But the real test is what happens beyond today. Will we carry this spirit forward? Will we continue to be kind, to be generous, to uplift one another? Or will we let it fade away, waiting for another Eid to remind us of who we are meant to be? The beauty of Islamic brotherhood isn't meant to be a passing moment. It's meant to be a way of life. If we can live with the same compassion, the same unity, and the same faith every day, then the blessings of Eid will never leave us. So as we leave here today, let's make a commitment to ourselves, to our families, to our communities, to not just celebrate Eid, but to live it every single day.